Hi Year 5, I hope that you're well and that you're nice and safe at home. Myself and Mr Lancaster are really missing you and can't wait until we see you back in school. In the meantime, because I know all of you love art, I've decided to do an art tutorial to showcase some of the work done by Cubists such as Picasso and how to incorporate a few of our math skills into that. So for this lesson, I just want to show you what you will need. You will need a ruler, a pencil, a pot of glue, or something round to draw around. And if you make mistakes like me, you'll need an eraser. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is Cubism. Now, Cubism was a style of art that started in round about 1907 in France, and it was artists such as Pablo Picasso that began painting using cubes, spheres, cylinders, cones and other geometric shapes. The paintings look like someone had cut them up and glued them back together. And if you look at the painting in front of you here, can you see the guitar and the player in the image? It is actually quite difficult, but I promise you they are there. Here's another image, and if you look closely, can you see all the different types of 2D shapes that have been included? Now at first, Cubists didn't really use a lot of colour in their work. They tended to stick to browns, greys and blues. But about 5 years later, in 1912, Picasso introduced a lot more colour into his artwork, and he also tried to incorporate different types of media such as paper and cloth. Here's one of Picasso's more colourful images, and you can see the different angles of the woman's face. Now, one thing that you'll know in Year 5 that we've been looking at recently is perspective and the different techniques such as shading and foreshortening that have been used to represent the 3D world. So when we've been drawing an image of superheroes, we've used different techniques to make that superhero look 3D as he would in real life. However, what Picasso decided was, along with other Cubist artists, is that they would more concerned with making sure they got all the most important parts of things in their paintings. So they decided that they didn't just want to show one side of a person's face or one view of someone's guitar. So what they did is they actually abandoned perspective and to show lots of different views at once. So just have a look at some of these Cubist images. What sort of shapes can you see, and how have they helped to make up that artist's view? Now for our lesson today, I would like to show you how to draw a Cubist image. And for this, I've took a picture of two objects that most people have in their house. I've got a glass and a bottle of cordial. I'm going to show you how to turn this into a Cubist painting. So the first thing I need to do is look at my glass and my bottle and decide what shapes I can see. I think in my bottle I can see two simple rectangles, and for the stem and for the base of my glass I think I can also see rectangles. For the top of the glass, I think I'm going to use a circle. Now, what I need to be able to do is now put that image onto paper. I'm using squared paper to help get my drawings exact. You don't have to use squared paper if you don't want to. Any sort of paper will do. So for my image, I'm going to count 6 squares in and draw a 5 centimetre long rectangle, 5 centimetres by 1 centimetre. I'm then going to draw another 5 centimetre rectangle, 5 centimetres up and 1 centimetre across. Now this is where my glue stick comes in, because I'm not very good at drawing circles. I'm going to cheat and use a glue bottle. And there we go, perfect circle. The next part of my image that I need to create is the bottle. So I'm going to come 2 squares over, "15 squares up, "7 squares along, "4 squares up, 3 across." And there I have my 2D representation in simple shapes of my glass and my bottle. So now what we are going to do is we're going to turn the page 90 degrees and we're going to repeat the image until we get this. At this point, what we need to do is turn the page 90 degrees again and repeat the exact same image. 6 squares in, we create the stem of the glass, again I'm cheating with my bottle. And then next I would draw the bottle next to it. And as you can see, your designs are starting to overlap now. And it's at this point that you can really start to see the aspects of Cubism coming in to your work. So here you can see we've drawn the next bottle. And if I rotate my page 90 degrees again, I can then start to draw my bottle and glass again. I always find when you're doing this for the first time, it helps to be quite precise with the size of the shapes you use. And then once you get the hang of it, you can then experiment with different styles. And then once you've drawn your glass and your bottle again, you will have your final Cubist drawing. At this point, if you have colours at home, paints or oil pastels, you can now go about colouring in all of the different sections to create your Cubist image. Now, while I decided to use the glass in the bottle, you might want to have a look around your home and see what other everyday items you would like to use to create your Cubist image. If you're really happy with your work and would like to share it with me, please feel free to email myself and Mr. Lancaster through your parents. Stay safe and we hope to see you soon. Bye.